Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening. Welcome back. Welcome to Cloud and DevOps Batch 58. So before I start the session, I just want to give a quick recap on what's being covered in the previous session. Just before the session, what I made was I created the namespaces and then I deployed the vault secret. And then I went here and I just run this bash deploy. Okay, once the infrastructure is provisioned, I just ran this front end that has provisioned the needed infrastructure on the top of the Argo. Now I want to see whether Argo is up or not. So let me go here and try to see whether Argo is available or not. It should be. So let's try to connect with that. And then let's say initial. Okay, done. The secret is created. Now, the next thing is if you try to do the same for using your catalog as well, your catalog will also be created. It's in the app namespace. It's in the catalog namespace. Now, it's also showing to create catalog. They should also create the catalog. But what we want is we want catalog. Okay, if you see this, RoboShop catalog is invalid, unable to generate manifest in chart, Helm template, RoboShop catalog namespace. Okay, catalog, okay, done, then include CRDs. So it says environment dev, CATA, okay, all right. So yeah, spelling is spelling mistake. Okay, it's going to catalog. Okay, done. If you go here and try to refresh, you should be able to see this. Now, what I want is, okay, whenever we make the catalog deployment, along with the catalog deployment, okay, the second step is I want schema injection should happen. Okay, schema injection should happen. That means it should download the code, master data, and at the same time, it should download the folder. Okay, so how this will happen? So that means you need to supply two values. One is what is the database IP address, and another is a schema file. Okay, these are the two environment variables that I would like to supply. So how can we do that? How can we do that? Any questions so far, anyone? Any questions? I'll take a pause to take up any questions if anyone has. Any questions, anyone? All right. So that means we need to supply a few more values. So what all values do we need to supply is another important thing. Okay. If you look at this catalog, what all values we are supplying? So we need to supply database type. Okay, and app git URL database host. So these are the values that we need to supply as a part of the vault. Now go to the RoboShop dev. Okay, and underneath this catalog, okay, so let's enable this. Let's try to how to edit this. Create a new version. These are the values that we need to supply. Okay, so done. That's it. Okay. DB type is equal to Mongo, which we already supplied. Okay, done. And then app URL. Okay, so app URL done. This will be the value. Okay, because it has to do a git clone, right? So every time there is a change in the database, there is a change in the data, it switches, right? Next, app git URL and then DB host. DB host is going to be this. Okay, done. Done. Okay, done. So it's going to be DB host is equal to this MongoDB dot cloud apps dot today. Then next schema file. This. That's it. If you enable this, you should see the data. That's all. So cloud upside today. So you have the information available. Now we are good to start. Done. Now we have supplied all the values as per the documentation or the images that we made. The next thing is, okay, so we need to go here and then we need to start creating a job. Okay, if schema is enabled, then only we want to create it. Go to the Helm charts. So here in the charts, in the templates, you can see something called as a job. So if values.schema.enable, then only I want to create the job. Okay, if you see this cube control get jobs, hyphen an app. Okay, values.schema.enabled. If you go to the env catalog.yaml, okay, so schema.enabled is equal to true. So this should do the deployment. So let's try to publish it and see how it works. Okay, done. Now here we need to make our own. Okay, so how can we do that? What can we do that? Let's deal it. Okay, so what we want to do is job and name is equal to, come on, Copilot. Dot values dot name. It's going to be catalog schema load or something like that. Catalog.schema.load. And then it's going to be just schema load container name. Okay. See how many types of resources we are handling in Kubernetes. Okay. And the name of the image is supposed to be this. Okay. The command, I don't think so. And restart policy is never. I really don't need this to be restarted once schema injection is completed. That's it. Backoff limit is 1. In case if it's not able to find how many times it has to restart. That's all. Okay, now it should make this deployment as well. Now here you will see one important situation. Okay, so yeah, but I also think one more thing. This job, if it has to, okay, got it. So just like your deployment, okay, this should also go to get these values. Okay, so whatever the values that we have mentioned, the app name, environment. Okay, so for the main container to work, it should also get the values that we have enabled on this, right? So for that to work, so the the schema container should also have the init container that should fetch the secrets and do whatever is needed, correct? So let's apply it. Okay, this I need a init container here because it has to fetch all the needed values, right? Okay, so I also want this to be running as a particular name, job schema. Done. Okay, dot values dot name. So config init from vault, everything is same. That's it. And values namespace. I forgot this namespace. Done. Okay, dot values dot namespace, and it should pick the values and app name and env name. That's all. Now this should get all the secret, and at the same time, it also creates a Kubernetes secret. Okay, that can be fed by this guy. So here you also need to mention the secret reference. Come here and get the schema. That's it. Okay, and I don't think these are really needed. I'll get rid of it. So this will job. Okay, this is going to extract the secret and supply the particular secret for this guy. That's all. Okay, and ensure service exists for all of our services. Okay, we already mentioned it. Service.values.name, namespace, app, TCP. Okay, that's it. And when you run it, it should inject the schema. Okay, done. Okay, do we get Perl? I'll just say upgrade. This time I'll just say catalog. No, why am I even doing that? Okay. bash deploy the app. It's going to deploy. Since the sync is there, it's gonna sync it. Okay. It says deploy argo obviously. It's there, line number 40. Okay. Yeah, this is a mistake. Done. Now which will make a sync, and you can clearly see this. If the app already exists, all it's doing is it's a sync. Okay, that's all you can see. Sync should happen. Context error sync already exists. Okay, now go here and try to see. Okay, you can see it's synced. Go to the catalog and schema injection. Do we really have the schema injection? Service is there, namespace is there, service account is there, deploy is there, job. Can you see this? Perfect. This is what I want. Okay, what is the name of the job? What is the name of the job that I have given? Schema. Schema load, right? Why it's showing up as this? 5 minutes back it was synced. Okay, now you can see catalog schema load, resource, cluster batch v1 job schema not found. Batch v1 schema not found. What is this? Why? I'm just deleting it. Okay. Till the time we stabilize the product. That's what it is. Workers area list. Okay, done. Bash deploy. Refresh apps. Perfect. Go to catalog. Now you can see catalog schema load is going, but resource not found in the cluster batch V1. Batch V1 job catalog schema. Resource not found in cluster. What resource? Jobs in Kubernetes. Ah, I get it. I know what is the reason. So kube control. I'm using some old version 1.30. But that's not really a reason. What I'll do is I'll just come here. Is this having Argo series having some problem? Okay, now I'll just copy it. Okay, so batch V1, this one, Robashop catalog name. Okay, done. Okay, done. Schema load, happening catalog. Okay, everything is fine, right? I'll say Casey, get jobs. Oh, then where it is creating then? Okay. Catalog init config creator. Okay. Create init configurer. What is this about? Secret vault not found. Okay, so you get secrets. Web app. So vault secret. Oh, okay. All right. Now app. Okay. It's connected to Mongo. Okay, fine. But I'll just want to run this and see. Okay, see apply hyphen app. Okay. Catalog schema load is invalid. Spec template spec restart policy required for values on failure or never. Okay, so we are missing something. So what is that we are missing something? So we need to have a restart policy. So jobs in Kubernetes, it is expected to have a restart policy done. Okay, so restart policy, I have it. Okay, come here. Okay. Casey get jobs hyphen an app. So jobs will just do the job and come out. Okay, it is still in the process of loading the schema. Again, technically, it's also a pod. Okay, a job is something that does and that creates the pod, does the job, and goes to the completion state. Okay. You can see that the pod is still in the running state. Oh, schema load is an error. What is the reason? KLF -n app. Okay, it says the DB type is missing. Obviously, okay, DB type is missing. Ah, okay, we also need to supply that. Okay. So we also need to supply the DB type. So here are we doing it? Catalog, MongoDB, DB host. Ah, this is missing. Ah, my bad. Go here and try to supply it. Create a new version. Done. Save it. Oh, you go here. The latest is this version 1. So I want version 3 to be the latest to pick all the time. Now what I want is I'll just delete this CD2. Yes, apply it one more time. Delete the app. All the associations around this will also be created. Okay. Oh, it's still processing catalog. It's still deleting. Let's wait. Okay. If it's fixed, it's going to be easy peasy. Let's apply this. Let's wait. So let's make a refresh. Get jobs. Why? Why jobs are not there? Schema load job is there. It's out of sync. Resource, come on. Ah, I know the reason. I know the reason. I know the reason. So let it delete. So what was the reason was here. Where is the restart policy? Yeah. I didn't mention this here. Oh, I already mentioned it, right? Did I push the code, by the way? Done. Invalid argument, existing application is different. One more time, delete. Yes, let this get deleted. Do I get pull? Let's wait. Let's wait, okay? Let it get deleted. Can someone confirm me? Am I audible? Rachit, Mahendra, Srilata. If I take the path where I can do the deployment from null resource, it's a simple job. But if we select the Kubernetes as a pattern, it's better you stick it, okay? It says batch v1 job catalog schema, resource not found in cluster. But if I do the same, wonderful. Why? Why like this? If I just copy paste this, Vim.
Your voice is very low.
Sorry?
Your voice is very low.
Okay, how about now?
Yeah, now it's fine.
Okay. So yeah, sorry for that. I was just thinking and doing it. Okay, for some reason, okay, it's not considering this. Okay, that is one thing I can notice. Okay, okay, that's fine. Okay, this is a bug. Like it's not accepting by the help, but it is creating it like this. Okay, now what I can do is okay, KGP hyphen an app. Okay, catalog schema init configurer. What is the reason for it? Okay, KLF. Okay, schema load in pod catalog schema is waiting for the pod initialization. Okay, why it is initializing? Okay, error secret not found, vault not found. KC gets okay, I get it. I know where it's coming from. KF. Done. This way. Delete the pod. Okay, done. Now what I want is I'll just delete this, delete the pod. Let's get deleted. I am really want to understand why this is not considering this as a resource. Why it is. I'm thinking why it is not considering it as a job. Oh, I think this is somewhat flaky. Look at the logs. 1 minute ago. In case you get jobs. Perfect. Okay, fine. There is something flaky about this. Okay. Okay. Again, we don't develop the apps keeping this tool only into consideration. Okay, that's fine. Now, what I want to do is I'll just want to say KGP catalog. KC get pods. Type in an app. We'll just delete this pod. KC delete this pod. A new pod will come up. Okay, now done. Go inside this. Look at the job. This is the problem. The resource not found in the cluster. Okay, I have two options. Either I have to go through bash or Argo. I need to quit Argo because this Argo is troubling me with certain sort of resources. It's not supporting. What's the main problem? Just a minute, okay? We're done. I'll just stick to Helm, okay? Because this is not really supporting me. Certain sort of resources are not supporting at, okay, like jobs and all. So I don't want to stick to that. I'll proceed Helm upgrade chart. Okay, what it says, unable to continue with install. Namespace app namespace exists and cannot be imported and control list. Okay, moderated. There should be an annotation needed. Okay, all right. Let me go here and try to supply the annotation. They're expecting some annotation. Okay, RoboShop deployment.l. Line 8 did not find the expected key. Okay, annotations. Done. Restart policy for error may not be set for non-init containers. Okay, this is valid. Ah, okay. For bad jobs, spec container 0, restart policy forbidden may not be for non-init containers. Okay, I get it. So I get it where all it's going. Yes. I get it. There's a mistake. On failure. Or I'll just leave this. Okay. I really don't need this. Helm upgrade file failed to create resource job invalid spec spec template spec restart policy required. So about the delay. Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay. So let's take one problem point. Okay. Argo CD is not supporting patch jobs. Okay, I'll take this problem statement. KGP hyphen an app. Okay, so this okay, schema load is also completed. KGP hyphen an app. Perfect. I'll just see the logs. KLF hyphen an app. So it should say schema injection should be completed. Perfect. Can you see this? So it says there is some error, duplicate key error, but that's fine. Username is user and password is password. Done. Write errors, duplication key. Okay. Mhm. Okay. So I'll just say to SSH2 MongoDB dot cloud app store today. I'll just say Mongo. MongoDB sudo. Why? What happened? It is there. What's going on? Why it's taking time? Mongo SH. Okay. Perfect. You can see users. Okay. Catalog. Okay. It worked. Perfect. My schema, it's working. So this is completed. Okay. So yeah, next let's put a point on our board saying that. Okay. If not, we'll forget. Go to the projects. Let's create a bug. Arco series not able to deploy jobs. create a new issue. Okay, this is also something we need to take a look, but now I'll proceed with Helm charts only. Done. Next thing is user. So as a part of this, the next item is Redis. Redis is already completed. So once it's completed, you need to go with the cart. So cart, what all values it expects? Let's copy this and just try to supply. Okay. So catalog host, you need to supply. Catalog port, you need to supply. Redis 4 IP, you need to supply. Okay, these are the value. Done. So these are the three values that you need to supply. Done. Copy. Go to this is cart, right? So next is cart. No, not even a cart. It's a user. Sorry. So user. Let's talk about this. So user. Done. So MongoDB is equal to, let's go for the user. Let's create a vault secret for the user. Okay, go and try to create a vault user secret. Let's create the vault user secret. User secret. User key is Mongo. Mongo is equal to true. This URL is equal to this. Oh, Mongo URL you need to change. So we made an SSH, right? Yes. Done. Redis URL. Okay. That's all. Redis URL. MongoDB, Redis URL. Okay. So it's not HTTPS done. MongoDB doesn't. Okay, done. MongoDB. Make sure you don't do mistake here. If you do mistake, it's gonna cost you a lot of time. That's all. Save the secret. Okay. Now, user is a very straightforward guy. Okay. Go to the users, create a user file. User latest port number 80, user app. That's all. Publish. Do a git pull. Upgrade. It's going to be catalog. Sorry, it's going to be user. User. Okay. It says namespace exists, cannot be imported. Okay, fine. So if as we kept the namespace inside, it is troubling. I get it. It's better we comment it, okay? Because we are creating namespace as a part of the secret, so it's not wise to keep it inside it. Okay. Done. Okay. Helm list -a. You can see it's installed in the app namespace. User is already in. Okay, why user is installed in the username? Okay, helm uninstall user. User namespace I mentioned as app. Then why did it install here? Okay, done. dot values dot namespace. Okay, fine. Helmist hyphen a user, even catalog. Why catalog is this will fail. Done. Okay, failed to create secrets. Okay, secret ns. Okay, let it terminate. I know the reason. Okay, I don't want my namespace to be created because every time I cannot create the same namespace. It's not at all wise to create this. Okay. Okay, as a part of the secret itself, I want this to be created. So Vim, this we kept it outside. Okay, I also want this is the first manual action. Okay, along with the secret namespaces. Okay, done. Web and app. Okay, if I keep put it inside this, everything it's going to create, right? So I don't want that. KF. And that's it. Now I'll upgrade it. This should solve the purpose. That's it. Okay, the only manual action is application secret creation, vault secret creation. KGP hyphen an app. Done. So catalog schema. Init error. What is the init error? It's completed. Perfect. Now, next is user. Once the user is completed, KGP hyphen app. Okay, user is a straightforward guy. KLF hyphen an app. Okay. Actually, there is a mistake. What is the mistake? Application is failing. What is the reason for the failure? Throw invalid protocol. Redis client disabled. Internal module cannot read the undefined prototype. Okay. What is this require hook? Cannot instrument Redis due to an error in the instrumentation. Was a blocker. So maybe what I'm thinking is what values that we supplied are they correct? Maybe I think I'm doing some mistake. This is the mistake. Okay, all right. So this is the mistake. I need to supply this, which I didn't. So here, I'm gonna create a new version. All right. Done. So user secret, Casey. I'll simply do one thing. Helm list hyphen an app, right? I'll uninstall the chat. Helm uninstall. Do you get pull? No, 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 no. Now user should work. Okay, KGP. Okay, LF. All right. Now user is connected to MongoDB, and you can also see Redis connected. Perfect. Now my user is also working fine. So next thing is shipping. Shipping is a very tricky guy. Okay, so once it is completed, no. Next is cart, right? So cart, these are all the components that are needed for the cart. So next is you need to create a cart secret. Go and create a cart secret. View. All right. Catalog. Okay, catalogers. So it's it's cart, right? Go and create a cart secret. So once things are done, it's very stable. Okay, application is going to be very stable. Once it's done, we are in the development. Okay, catalog host, catalog port. Catalog, not catalog. Now why it will be created here? Actually speaking, what values do I need to supply? You know what? I was somewhat wrong. Let's go back. This is supposed to be service name, right? So the service name is this. So it's going to be ready. It's going to be catalog host is catalog. What is the name of the service we are creating? The name of the service is the name of this. That's all. Catalog. Okay. CATALOG. That's all. Next is catalog port. Catalog port is equal to 8080. Redis host is equal to Redis IP. This is common. Redis host, how are we supplying Redis IP? So go here and try to get that. Redis. Okay, even if you're doing little bit slow, that's fine, but do it. Okay, with whatever you want to do, think and do. Okay, that's when you commit less mistakes. That's all. Done. Now we already have the user. So this is for the cart, right? So we created for the cart. Go for the cart. Create a file. Cart file. Done. That's all. And schema enabled is equal to true. No, it's a false. That also means for catalog I enabled, right? For the user, I don't have. So cart. Next is cart. For cart, there is no schema. So cart.yaml, that's it. So cart is also very straightforward. Do I get pull? Oh, great. Let's do it for the cart. I'll also see why Argo is troubling. Okay. Okay. KGP user. Perfect. Not cart. Still, it's coming up. Okay. That's not an error, by the way. Okay. It's coming through. Initializing. Now it's initializing. Okay, that means the init container status is completed. So that means it got all the secrets. Okay, cart is still initializing. Okay, so container started. Okay, it's finally running KLF. Perfect. Now you can see this got started, but there is an issue. What is the issue? Scheduling return to agent host. Agent cannot be connected. Contacted via this. Please use a user land alternative instead. They cannot be determined scheduling reattempt of 6. What is the reason for the catalog? So go to the cart, look at the secrets. Catalog host is equal to catalog. Catalog port is equal to 80. Redis host is equal to register.cloud after today. Then what is causing this issue? Now look for the pods. Cart came to the running state very quickly. Okay, now you can see cart started on port, Redis is undefined. Agent cannot be allocated. This is another error I can only see once the service comes up. Okay, till then I'll maintain the status quo. Okay, that's it. So next is shipping. Shipping is a tricky guy. Go to shipping. Cart is done shipping. Okay, is equal to cart IP. So so shipping needs to talk to these guys. So let's try to create a secret for it first. And again, keep this point in mind. This is a little tricky because you need to run it 3 times. Okay, shipping needs to have these many values. Okay, so these are the values. Okay, done. That's all. So cart endpoint, cart host, these are the values. So this is a little tricky, guys. Let's try to supply all these values and then we can get started. Okay. First, go ahead and try to create a shipping vault. So tomorrow it's pretty straight. Okay, done. Let me take a pause. Okay. So Mahindra, Srilata, Rachit, Grisha, Arun, any questions? Anyone? Any questions? Are we clear? Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
All right. Perfect. Let's create the secrets. So first is cart and a point. The value is equal to this. It's just catalog 8080. Cart endpoint is equal to cart column 8080. Okay. Once cart catalog is done, disk. What is the root password for it? The db pass. Yes. Cart endpoint and db host is equal to this. Okay. So next, these are the two variables, cart endpoint and db host. Next is a db host. db type is equal to SQL. db type is equal to MySQL. Next, app URL is equal to this. Okay, because it has to make a git clone, right? So it has to do the git clone. And then db type is equal to MySQL. db host is equal to, which we already supplied, and db user is equal to root. db user is equal to root. Okay. And schema file. This is another interesting thing. So what else do we need to give? Mhm. Okay. So let's save this. Now let's go to the shipping. Let's create a shipping file. For this, schema injection is enabled. So let's take this as an example. Oh, shipping is already there. Done. And schema injection is enabled for this. Okay. Perfect. Now, one more thing. We need to supply the schema files. Okay. So let's try to supply the schema files this way. So app. So this is app user, right? So let's apply them. App underscore user. That's the schema, right? Next to master. I think it's master data if I'm not wrong. db/master data. Okay, done. So app user schema. That's all. So we have everything available now. Should get started, but this has to be injected 3 times. How to do that? But this is going to take a lot of time. Okay, what I'm thinking is I just want to keep the schema of in database outside of it. Okay, or let me think. I'll just use a simple loop. Okay, this is the simplest way. Okay, let me do this. Okay, so what I can do is I can simply go to schema.yaml. I'll just say schema load. I'll just change this to dot values dot name. Okay, if dot values dot schema dot enabled, this is a little tricky. Okay, if dot values dot schema dot enabled, then I can use this. Okay, if then inside that I'll use a condition. Dot values dot schema dot load done. I'll rotate these containers. Okay, I'll write this 3 times. So what I can do is I'll just say, since we are looping this, dot values dot name. Okay, so once you are entering into the loop, you cannot read this dot name. Okay, because if you look at this, since you are already inside the condition, you cannot read the value dot name. So if you want to read this, you need to use dollar. Okay, keep this point in mind. If you don't use dollar, you cannot read the name because you're already inside the condition. Dot values dot schema dot schema files. Okay, dot values dot name. Sorry. Okay, the reason why I'm using dollar is because you're already inside the loop. Okay, you're already inside this, so you cannot read this. If you want to read this, you need to use it. Okay, done. And then what I want to do is I just want to use environment dnb hyphen name schema file, right? Schema underscore file. Guys, I'm putting a lot of effort. Please absorb as much as possible. Okay, trust me, even when you join any company, you don't get an opportunity to work to the extent we are working. Okay. That's all. So first time the name of the value is app user. Okay, the app value of this app schema is this. Okay, dot values dot schema dot schema files. That's all. Now it should load all the 3 schemas. Okay, that should suffice our requirement. As I mentioned, it takes time. People, chart. That's it. Now, again, this is the problem that we, okay. If you see this, first shipping is coming up. Okay, first the shipping pod is also coming up. So when the shipping pod comes up, obviously it fails. Okay, because the schema injection has not completed, which is being done by a separate job. So obviously it is going to the error. So we need to control which to come up first and which to come up later. So out of this, what I want is, this is the cycle I want. Okay. Now let's take an error. How to define the flow? Flow of pods. Schema, deployment, SA, RBAC, everything are creating in parallel. Okay. I want schema job should be created first, and then deployment should start. So how can we deal this? That's where there is something called as hooks in help. Chat hooks, not chat hooks. Just go with hooks. So you can mention the hooks. Okay. So these are the styles that are available. If you mention pre-install, okay, executes after the templates are rendered, but before any actual resources are created. That means, so the actual compute resources are pods. So if you want to mention this has to be created before pods, okay, you can do this. Okay. If say I want this to be created after the pods creation, you can go for it. Okay. So you can go through install and pre-install as a hooks. So let me try to show you that how it works. Annotations, Helm hook pre-install. You need to use it as a hook. So let me copy it. Okay. So go for schema, unset the schema. That's fair. I just want to do it. Okay, done. Again, I'm not going through any fancy stuff at this point of time. Even this one RBAC, I want this to happen before that. Okay. Done. Even role binding, I want this to be done before that. Done. Next, ingress. Oh, I don't have ingress yet. Okay, let's create ingress. Well, we'll see ingress at the end. Okay, but for now, let's take a reference. Ingress.yaml. Okay, ingress is needed only for front end. Okay, done. RBAC we have deployment. So deployment, I want this to be created after that. Okay, service account. Done. Anything else? Schema is also something that I have to create later. Ingress, deployment. Okay, guys, now you got it. Okay, how to control the flow. Okay. Okay, how to control the flow. Deploying Helm hooks. Helm hooks. Added Helm hooks to control the flow. Done. Yeah. So let me try to uninstall shipping. Okay, but that's not the way, right? So let's try to uninstall it. So thing is terminating. Let it get terminated. Okay, why it's taking time? Okay, once it's completed, you'll appreciate, hey, is this much quick? Okay, on Helm. Okay, now you see the flow. Now first schema job will be completed, and then once everything is completed, then the deployment job will be coming up. Okay, and that's the reason you see it installing it for a long time. You'll see it. Okay, because it has to complete the rendering. Okay, first it has to deploy RBAC, SA, service accounts, namespace, and then schema job. Typically, schema jobs take 1 to 2 minutes of time because of the extensive data, and then deployment will be rendered and deployed. Okay, it's called as a Git. It's called as a Helm commit hooks or Helm hooks. Okay, Helm hooks control the flow. All right, let's wait for it and complete. Let's wait. Let's wait for it. Okay. So the backlog item, why Argo is not able to deploy the schema job is a action item from mind. I'll look at it offline, but let's complete this. Okay, it takes time. Okay, because first, okay, service account, okay, RBAC, ingress, schema will be deployed. Okay, schema takes time, and then deployment will be developed later. Okay, I'll ask you a question, Rachit. Are you there in the class, Rachit? Why schema injection will happen first and then deployment will come up later? What is the logic I have placed to make that work? Why did I do that? Or why deployment will come up later, first schema will be coming? Anyone? Srilata, Mahendra, Grisha? Anyone? Anyone? Arun? Am I audible? Can someone please confirm me?
Yes, sir.
So the reason is, guys, see, if application comes first, okay, let me open my board. So for example, schema. Okay, if shipping comes up first and then it looks for MySQL, okay, and MySQL won't be having, don't have schema ready. So app will fail, shipping will fail. Okay, and that's the reason what I did was I controlled the flow using commit hooks, using Helm hooks. Okay, I made schema to be completed first, then deployment to come up. Okay, this way it will be up. All right, perfect. Now also for the ingress, I think I can get it from the expense app only. Or let's wait and do it. Okay. Okay, it says shipping release doesn't exist, installing a pre-install file timeout condition. Okay, maybe whom it is waiting for. NS lookup of MySQL dev dot cloud app store today. Okay, so what did I supply then? Go to the vault and check it. MySQL dev dot cloud app store today. Okay, fine. How do I need to supply? Okay, something is missing. What is causing that? It clearly says pre-install file one like a timeout. Okay, KGP hyphen an app. The shipping schema load is an error. What is the reason for the pod? Okay, no. Schema file, map off. Okay, done. Okay, left. Okay, schema file is ambiguous redirect. Okay, line number 39. Ambiguous redirect. Okay. What mistake am I doing? But what is saying it is expecting an ambiguous redirect? Maybe I should have supply it in a different way. Schema. Schema. Okay, schema files is equal to app user schema and app data. Okay, done. And here dot values dot schema dot enabled. And here if you look at this, dot values dot schema files. But how about the catalog? Before the catalog also we need to do the same thing. That's it. Okay. So this schema files enabled is equal to true. And for shipping, I just applied it in a simple way. Okay. So let's try to run and see. Do I get pull? Oh, great. Okay. Now KGP again. It's deployed very quick. Now let's see schema. Or maybe I'll uninstall everything. The shipping. Guys, just a few minutes, okay? Why shipping is still running? Okay, it's terminating. Let's wait. Let's wait. Let's see whether it is gone or not. It's okay. Shipping pod is gone. Okay, now let's install the pod. Shipping. I'll give it a try for a few minutes. If not, I'll just take a pause. Okay, just bear with me for 5 more minutes. Next is ingress creation. Okay. Taking time. It's taking time. Let it take. Okay. We can take a pause for today. We can take a pause. I'll give it a try. Okay. So once it's done, technically we should be good. Okay. That's what I want. Again, next we also need to implement HPA limits and requests. That's also something we'll see tomorrow. Okay. And then we can take a pause. Okay. So the area of improvement that I taken a note is why why Argo is not able to do the deployments. Okay. That's the only outstanding item. Okay. Let's take a pause. We'll see that tomorrow. Thank you. Any questions, anyone? Arun, Girisha, Mahendra, Rachit, Shailaja, Shrilata. Okay, all right. Thank you. Just practice them. It's going to be very interesting. Okay, signing off. Bye. Good everyone.